Good morning to all. Now let us see one more important lesson called Subject Verb Agreement. It is also called Concord. There are different lessons in this part. Lessons mean different rules. Actually, when you write a sentence without error, the subject should agree with its subject. Writing a sentence or speaking a sentence is all about our intention. According to our idea, we simply convert or translate our idea into into a sentence. What are the language we choose? So here, subject of the sentence will be our idea primarily, but the verb has different roles, different characteristics. So according to the characteristics, we have to choose the form of the verb. Generally, verb denotes action, profession, or a state, and the characteristics what we call are the tense. According to the tense of the verb takes a different form. For example, there are three tenses, and in each tense there are four forms. So therefore, to 12 forms for a verb, we can write in 12 forms. So out of these 12, one will agree to its subject according to the idea context. Let us see how to write a subject with a suitable verb. Lesson number 1. What is subject verb agreement? Subjects and verbs must agree. Both should go hand in hand. Both should go together. See, for example, subject has number, that is singular or plural. Accordingly, verb should also be in the same number. So a singular subject needs a singular verb. A plural subject needs a plural verb. Only then we can say they are in an agreement. Singular versus plural. See, through the picture you can easily understand the person waits. The person is singular. The people wait. Here, since it is a mobile application, the file has been opened. The picture is not clear. The person waits has only one man standing in the picture. The people wait. The people is a plural form, and therefore the plural verb wait comes together. Here there is an example. A good student knows the value of communication skills. Here the subject is a good student. Actually, it is a phrase. In place of subject, a phrase is there. In the phrase a good student, the real subject is student. The student is in singular, therefore the verb has singular form. Knows. KNOW know is plural form. KNOWS is in singular form. In general, we add s to the noun form to make it plural. With verb, we actually remove s. With s, it is actually singular. Totally opposite. See here a little more definition or explanation for that. No s ending on a noun often indicates that it is a singular. An s ending on a verb usually indicates that it is a singular. Here there is another example. Good students knows the value of communication skills. Do you believe it is correct? Good students, that is plural in form, the subject is in plural, the verb is in singular, that is knows. No, it's not correct. So, an s ending on a noun often indicates that it is plural, so plural verb should be together. Plural verb will alone agree to its plural subject. So, students know must be there. Here, an s ending on a verb usually indicates that it is a singular, so it is not in an agreement. So, some common rules you must remember. With these pronoun forms like I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they, you can understand how the action verbs will be. With I, always singular verb without s. You, singular. He, she, it, singular verb, but with s. We, plural verb. You, plural verb. They, also plural verb, because we, you, they are in plural form. You also has two forms, singular and plural. So generally we write a verb in singular form. But with he, she, it, singular verb has s form. It's very unique in English. With third person singular, we always write a verb with s. Lesson number 2, agreement with compound subjects. So what is compound subjects? A subject where we have more than a word, actually two noun forms connected with different connectives or conjunctions we can call. When the subject is made up of two or more nouns connected by and, we have to use a plural verb because two nouns become plural. She and her friends are. Here she is a subject which is in singular, and another subject, her friends, which is in plural form. So connected by and usually becomes plural. If two singular nouns are connected by and, also become plural. Here singular and plural, so generally plural verb. Are. When the subject is made up of two or more singular nouns connected by are, we use a singular verb because the connecting word is are. So we go with any one of the subjects which are in singular, the book or the pen. Either the subject will be the book or the pen, which is in singular form. So the verb is singular is. The same sentence can be written as the book is or the pen is. Next agreement, it's a special agreement rule. When the subject is made up of singular and plural nouns connected by are, the verb should agree with a part of the subject that is closer to it. There are two different subjects which are two different numbers. One is singular, one is plural. So therefore, the verb agrees to its nearest subject. The president or his assistants. See, the possibility of writing the right verb is different. Two options are there. The president runs or his assistants run. But actually, two different subjects with two different numbers, that is singular and plural, are connected by are. The verb can have either of these two, but as a general agreement, the verb agrees to its nearest subject, that is, his assistants, which is in plural form. Therefore, plural verb run. See, there is a different, the same sentence in a different form. His assistants are the president. When the subject has two different numbers in a different order, again the verb should agree to its nearest subject and its number. The nearest subject is the president, which is in singular form, therefore verb is in singular. His assistants or the president runs. Lesson number 3. There are many phrases which generally confuse people like these. We should not be misguided. The phrase like one of the boxes, it is a phrase which has a singular form as well as a plural form. One of the boxes. Actually, people may confuse that the real subject in the phrase is boxes. That's not correct. Of many boxes, we are talking about only one. So therefore, the subject is one. But the verb comes close to the plural form called boxes. That's not correct. So one of the boxes is correct. The people who read that report are. Actually, here the real subject is the people. There is one more phrase, clause, who read that report, which defines the people. You should not take the word report as the subject and write singular form. That will be wrong. You have to find out the real subject about what we are talking in the sentence. There might be a phrase or a clause which gives extra information to the real subject and also which comes close to the verb. We should not get confused or misled. For example, the team leader, as well as his developers. Here, as well as his developers is an additional phrase, information we give to the real subject. So we should find out the correct subject word and its number. Here, the team leader is the real subject, which is in singular form. Therefore, the verb is. The manual, including all the chapters in the first section. Here, this additional phrase gives an extra information. The manual is. Either the sentence can be the manual is. Here we add extra information. The manual, including all the chapters in the first section, is the woman with all the answers. Here again, the students can be misled by the word answers. Actually, the real subject of the sentence is the woman about which we are talking. The woman with all the answers sits. Now, there is lesson 4. See, these words always singular. The following words are always singular and require a singular verb. Each one, either, neither, everyone, anyone, someone, no one, everybody, anybody, nobody. We may be talking about many people, but instead of telling all, or they may use everyone or everybody or each, we will be using singular verb. Words like these always end with plural, like maybe looking like plural form, but actually these are all singular. Civics, mathematics, these are all subjects. Innings, news, measles, physics, these are all singular, therefore the verb should be singular. Titles of the books, plays, operas, films may end with plural. I mean, it may seem to be plural in form, but actually singular. Transformers is my favorite movie. The Perfect Christmas. It's a type of a book. So it refers only the one book. Though the title may have a form called Christmas or Transformers, we must consider it as as a single unit. So verb should be singular. There are certain collective nouns that refer to more than one person are usually treated as a single unit. When we use collective nouns, we must be very careful. These collective nouns can be used both in singular as well as plural form according to the context. Sometimes the collective nouns will be treated as single unit. Sometimes we'll be talking about the people in the or things about the collective noun. Then we'll be using plural verb. These words like scissors, tweezers, trousers, pants, shears, which are always plural because they are made of two parts. Though it is a single object, it has two equal parts. We treat it as two things, so we always use plural.